Hey, you guys, it's Sierra from Talk About It, and you know I'm here to, but of course, talk about it. So today's topic, you guys, is basically based on the school system and these students that are in the school system and how disrespectful they are to these teachers. Like, these kids are just literally going crazy. So on the phone, you guys, I have with me a young lady who worked in the school system, and she's going to give me, her outlook. So, Miss Chantil, are you there?
I'm here. How are you?
I'm all right. I want to thank you for joining me on my show today.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure.
Thanks. So, let's just dive right on in it. So, you worked in the school system for how long?
About 5 years.
5 years. Ooh, that's a long time putting up with them students, isn't it?
It really is.
So, as a person who worked in the school system, do you think that the people who worked in the school system should get paid a little bit more money than they do?
Of course.
Especially the teachers, right?
Yeah. You have to deal with so much.
Right. So, what is some of the things that you have to deal with?
I worked in college and high school. So you have to deal with people who feel like I'm grown, and once you get to that age or that level, you feel like respect is something that you don't have to put forth, and you can just say and do and act any kind of way, but it's not the case. But, if you've been the type of person all throughout your education, referring to kindergarten through pre-K through 12th grade, and you just got away with anything, then when you get to college, you feel like it'll be the same way. And it's really not, because the consequences of having a disrespectful attitude and just, being a class clown or all that kind of stuff, it changes when you cross over to secondary education.
Right.
Just detention or suspension. You can actually get, put out of school.
Right.
If worse comes to worse.
Right. Now, I've seen some of these videos of some of these students who are literally just so disrespectful to some of these teachers. And I mean, like, cussing at the teachers, throwing cheers at the teachers. I mean, etc. Have that ever happened, in the school that you've been in?
I've never personally witnessed incidences like that, but it has gotten pretty bad.
Right. Do you think that they need to have, more security at the schools because of the students?
Yes. I feel like if they had more police supervision at the schools, whether you're in primary or secondary school, it will encourage more civilized behavior throughout the school system.
Right. Now, do you think some of the parents need to get involved in some of this mess with their children?
Yeah, because it's a direct reflection whether the parents want to acknowledge that or accept it or not. When your child is being disrespectful or just acting outrageous, you look at the child, but then you also refer to, okay, how were they raised? Was this acceptable in their house growing up? You default to the parents, even though the children are acting out.
Right. Have anything ever happened to you as you were, in the school system? Have any, a student came to you, disrespectfully or anything like that?
Yeah, and because I work in more of the customer service realm of the education system, there was only so much I could do to derail the behavior of the students.
Right. Wow.
I couldn't I guess, put them in check, if you want to say,
Right.
without going overboard in my line of work.
Right. This is just crazy. So, what is your take on this? Like, what do you feel that should happen in the school system because the students are just so outrageous now, and that the teachers cannot put their hands on them?
I feel like on every level, whether it's primary or secondary education, there needs to be a system where you can take the person, whether they're in, high school or college, and put them in a situation where if they got no more education than what they have that day, put them out in society, give them a job where they qualify for that job with the education that they currently have, and just show them, like, okay, if your education was not given to you, or because of your actions you could no longer further your education, this is where you would be. I think that could help, putting somebody at a minimum wage paying job, giving them a list of responsibilities that only they could take care of. They couldn't have any assistance from anybody, or you might get assistance from the government, but it's never going to be enough to put you ahead. You're just going to either be right where you need to be, where you can pay your bills and nothing else, or you might not even be able to pay your bills. I think they need a reality check and just say, okay, if you continue to act this way, this is how you could possibly live it, and it stops here, And with college, let's just say you go in, you finish your freshman and sophomore year, but you don't get that degree.
Right.
Without that degree, you won't be able to be acknowledged at all. People are like, well, where's your certificate saying that you completed a program that will allow you to do this work.
Right.
If you don't have that, what are your options? If you don't have an education, if you're not trying to, learn and do more, you only get the minimum wage. And then you need to think about the way society is today and how hard it is to get a job.
Right.
Will that even be available to you?
Right.
Can you pay your rent, your light, your rent,
Right.
your car insurance, your car notes,
Mm-hmm.
your lights, food, gas, everything that goes into it? Can you be sustained with the level of education
Right.
that you have, because you feel like you're entitled, or you feel like it's not necessary
Right.
for you to move forward, with your education? I feel like if it was a reality check where you had to live for an entire month by yourself, no resources, no anything, with the education that you have today, can you do it?
Right. Well, thank you, Ms. Shatia, for your thoughts and your opinions. I really do appreciate that. So, you guys, you heard it from a young lady who worked in the school system and what she thought about it. And so, for you viewers out here, what do you think should happen in the school system with some of these kids? Give me your thoughts and your opinions. So, until next time, you guys, hey, I'm always here to, but of course, talk about it. And I also want to thank Ms. Shatia for joining my show. Thank you, Ms. Shatia. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
Bye.
Bye.